welcome to Blood Moon Oracle, to your predictive reading. We're taking a look at the energies coming forward here as we move forward. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led to do so. If you find yourself subscribing, make sure you hit that bell so you can be notified of upcoming readings. Encouragement of the day. Stay tapped in. All right, let's see what's coming forward for our earth signs: Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. I hope you guys are well. This 3-day weekend, you may or may not have a 3-day weekend, but it is in fact a 3-day weekend. I hope you're well, and maybe even getting some rest. Ooh. So I'm gonna take everything that fell out, everything. So we'll start with the energies that's current, maybe around you, maybe energies you're dealing with, energies you're connected to. If this is not you in this energy, this could be someone that you're dealing with that's very much in this energy. First we have love affair. Then we have recharge. And we have paranoid and consequences. Ooh. Hopefully this isn't you in this energy. Part of it is a bit, a bit interesting. And so this could have a lot of your environment, your surroundings could have, or you could be in connection right now. It could be all about, relationships and love and flings and drama, just very highly charged with drama. That's what it feels like for me. Because we have love affair here, which could be a secret, some type of secret connection that you have that no one knows about. Somewhere where you go, right? When you need a little fix, you know what I mean? My earth signs. So I creep, cause you don't know what I do, maybe. And for some of you, this could be even going to the same sex. It could be a DL connection. And they only call it that because the person that has not accepted that themselves, they haven't come out just to let it be known, right? And so it's still a little secret. Whatever this is, it could have something to do with love, a secret affair that someone is having. That's in the air right now. That's in the environment. Also, this could be a time where you are possibly getting away to recharge, to allow yourself to exhale and to let go of everything that's sitting on your shoulders, to clear your mind. For whoever you are, you could be going away for this 3-day weekend to some type of resort, some type of place where you can be by the water for whoever you are. And I don't know, this paranoid energy is coming in. Someone feels like they're being watched. Someone may feel like someone is watching them like from a secret account, or someone is watching them trying to keep up with what they're doing. There's some energy of feeling like you're being watched, and you are in a very, it's almost like you have structured your environment because you feel like you're being watched. Like there could be certain things that you've set up or certain things that you're doing because there's this energy of feeling like you're not alone, right? Like you're being watched. And so you're very cautious. You've taken precautions, right, to protect and to guard yourself. So somebody might not be feeling very safe right now. That's the energy I'm getting because of some past relationship or past choices that connected you with someone that just wasn't good. Yeah. This could be a connection that you're trying to move away from, but it proves to be difficult because this person may, in fact, not want to leave you alone. That's the energy I'm getting. This person could be lightweight dangerous, whoever this is. They've already proven themselves, and there's something about not feeling safe because of this person possibly, or still feeling like this person is watching you. I don't know why that's coming out, but hey, be careful. Listen, we don't play around here. I carries my, this needs to be charged, but I carries my zapper, right? And I would suggest that you also do what you need to do to protect yourself. Like keep your mace, keep your zappers on you, Put your brass knuckles in your purse in case you have to use them. Listen, do whatever you need. Put your bat in your trunk just in case somebody want to get froggy and leap. And it's not even just for women. This could be anybody. This could be men too, because men get abused too, right? And so, this could even be a same-sex type of setup. I got that came out here. And so for whoever you are, if you are resonating with this energy, be careful and take care of yourself, okay? Because there may, in fact, be someone that the fact that you feel that, right? You can feel it. Don't take that for granted, and don't overlook what you're feeling. Listen to your body, listen to your instincts. All of it is valid. If you never even were able to find any of it being true, the fact that you took steps to protect yourself means that you trust yourself. And so be careful. And like I just said, follow up on those hunches and do whatever you need to do to protect yourself. You can never be too safe, right? Better safe than sorry, okay? That's the energy I'm getting for you, my earth signs. You could be Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Yeah. Maybe it's time to get away if you are not. Maybe it's time to get away and give yourself a break from the stress and the tension. This feels like very tense energy. And just because it's not, like sometimes we can fool ourselves. Sometimes we can gaslight ourselves into believing that, oh, it's nothing. Oh, we're not in danger. No, your body is going to tell you. And being under stress, even though it feels slight for long periods of time, can do damage to your nervous system. And so take it very seriously and take precautions, take intentional steps to really pour back into yourself, especially when you feel like you're under stress. To get away, to let yourself breathe and relax, right? It may even need to be something that you take even more serious, to move and not let no one know where you're going. But let's see, what questions does my earth signs have? I'm so sorry for whoever you are going through this. What questions do my earth signs have here? Okay, so pulling out my astrological oracle deck, I have Neptune coming out, Jupiter, and Pisces, okay? And so the energy of Neptune is really all about being inspirational and possibly being in a position where you may need to, or you may be making a choice of whether or not to choose yourself or someone else. This is like sacrificial energy, almost being in a position where you are tempted to yield to what's beneficial to someone else, or maybe even feeling like this is the only way, right? Neptune is very inspirational, but can also suffer from this ideal of having to sacrifice, which you have to be really careful, especially when it comes to certain type of theologies and belief systems, right? We have to really be careful. It can lead us to a lot of damage mentally and spiritually, right? And it can lead to some confusion regarding situations where we feel like we need to sacrifice, right? And I say that because I'm speaking from experience. Like, I was the prime example of what that was. It's like, oh, if I just give and do and give of myself, I'll always be blessed. And which is true. I've never gone, for anything. We've always had our needs met. However, there is a bit of, and this is the part that we don't talk about, there is a bit of a wounded energy that we actually allow ourselves to become victim of. There's like that victim mentality that we can sometimes seep into because we are too giving. And then when it's not reciprocated, or when we find ourselves not being given back or poured back into, we can sometimes get a little bit bitter behind it, when sometimes 9 out of 10, no one has asked us to sacrifice to the level that we did. We chose to do that. And because it wasn't reciprocated, then we feel like we've been abused. And so we have to be careful, right? Because Neptune can kind of lead us into that kind of confusion around situations where we may not need to put ourselves in a certain position, because it's also putting us into savior mentality as well, right? Making us feel like we're supposed to be the ones sacrificing and giving. Well, yeah, but we're not God either. And so there's a level of discernment that we also need to use too when we're giving. That's what I learned. It's not bad to give. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying use discernment with it. And so there may be questions around a situation right now where you may feel like you're giving too much. You're sacrificing too much of yourself, or you're yielding too much. That may be a question that you may be asking, right? There's something very inspirational here. So I have the feeling like you're someone important to your community, to your clan and your village, to those that you are connected to. But there also needs to be boundaries too. And so you may be questioning just how much you need to yield in a situation. That may be something you're dealing with right now. That may be a question that you're asking yourself right now. And so we also have Jupiter, which is all about learning and teaching, right? You may be experiencing a level of expansion within yourself right now with Jupiter, and it may be around what you're learning through your experiences right now. Things or lessons that you're learning right now may be inspiring you to grow and to expand, to challenge yourself, to accept more, not necessarily for others, but for you. Jupiter is all about expansion for you, right? And trying to see things in a positive way too. So you may have questions about, you may be someone who's questioning or desiring to grow. You may be asking questions about how you can move to the next level, how you can expand, how you can gain entrance into a certain door or a higher level or a greater capacity. This is all about expansion or finding a way through to expansion. You may be asking about, whether or not you stand in, like, what kind of karma you stand in right now. Is it good fortune, or is it something that you're reaping from not so good decisions you've made? You may be asking those kinds of questions too. Well, the fact that Jupiter came out, I can say, that this is absolutely positive energy. It's good fortune. If that's what you're asking, my earth signs, it's good fortune. And I feel like the answer is you definitely do have a lot of blessings and luck coming towards you right now. That's what Jupiter says. Okay, so it's good if you've asked that question. Okay, lastly, we have Pisces, which carries a lot of 12th house energy. So it's like this heavy level of spiritual energy around your experience right now. All right, so Pisces, my phone cut off, but I'm back. It's all about this very ultimate spiritual experience. So you may have questions about the ethereal. You may have questions about even experiencing whether or not you're experiencing different psychic experiences or psychic abilities. You may have questions about your psychic knowledge. You may be feeling a bit indecisive as you're expanding into this otherworldly type experience. For some of you, maybe you are having these type of experiences where you're experiencing things for the first time. That's kind of like Piscean energy. It's very dreamy, very elusive energy, and causes you to form ideas, right? And so you may have questions about the ideas that you're forming right now, about the experiences that you're having, and it may in fact be overwhelming. And so you may have questions naturally, right? Very exciting. If you do have questions, feel free to ask. If I know, I'll definitely answer, okay? And so let's take a look and see what obstacles my earth signs may be experiencing at this time. What obstacles for the earth signs at this time? Ooh, okay. So we have upheaval coming out, ghosts coming out, and distractions coming out. So first of all, let me say, for some of you, you may feel like things are uprooting you in some type of way. Things may be very chaotic right now, or you may be heading into this energy where it may feel like everything is being turned upside down with upheaval. It may seem that way, right? This Piscean energy may allude to you having certain kinds of experiences. For someone, you may even be going through the dark night of the soul, right? That could be like one of the things that you're going through. A lot of these energies are aligning with that. The paranoia, the illusion of consequences, needing to recharge and ground. You may even be experiencing a lot of delusions for some of you if you are deep in this 12th house energy with Pisces, and it may appear to be uprooting things, or it may appear to be very chaotic, and it may in fact just be a lot of distractions that want to distract you from what it is that you should be focusing on, right? And so this is a time where it may be very important what you're giving your attention to, because it may in fact hinder or help for where it is that you need to be to stay grounded, right? It may in fact hinder it or help, right? The distractions that are coming in, what are you giving your attention to right now? Make sure it's to things that are going to keep you grounded and keep you in the mindset that you need to be in, not something that's going to feed the delusion or the paranoia or the reminder, the constant reminder of like past mistakes that you made. Make sure that you are feeding positivity and things that's going to nurture your energy and your spirit right now, my earth signs. I also have ghosts coming out. So there could be, like I said, things reappearing from the past, whether it's real, whether it's delusional, or whether it's actually literally people or situations coming back up from the past. Part of the dark night of the soul, if this is your experience, is to allow you to face some of the deepest, darkest fears that reside within. It's an opportunity for you to really face yourself, right? Your shadows, the fears that keep us unstable and that keep us limited. That's what the dark night of the soul is. It's all about facing ourselves and growing past any limits that we've imposed on ourselves. Sometimes our limits are all about things that we have refused to face, right? And so there could be things that are resurfacing, difficult things, but the fact is they may in fact be resurfacing so that it'll give you an opportunity to face them finally once and for all and put it to rest. Face it head on and put it to rest. That may be one of the challenges that's coming up right now. Again, be careful what we're giving our energy to, our attention to, because it may in fact be coming in as a distraction from something else that is really more important. As you can see in this picture, there's the bird calling out, distracting the dog while the other one is stealing food out of the bowl. There may be distractions being thrown your way, because someone wants to come in and take something, right? Or they want to keep you imbalanced in some type of way. It feels like there might be someone that's just trying to come in and mess with you, right? And distract you and keep you preoccupied, maybe so that you can't move forward. Just be careful, right? Of who you're giving your energy to, what you're giving it to. If it's not going to help you to move forward, then maybe that's something that you need to put behind you and not give it any more of your energy. I'm going to take a look and see what is coming up that you don't see, that you're not expecting, that you haven't even really considered. What does Capricorn need to know about what's coming? Okay, definitely change. Definitely change is coming. So whatever things look like right now, they will in fact look very different in the future. It may have something to do with work, toil, and labor. There may be some changes coming in with work. This may be changes that will allow you to not have to work so hard. With toil and labor, this is all about like rubbing your fingers to the bone. Like it's like earning every cent that you make, right? But there's some change that's coming in, and this may be a message that comes in that you're not expecting of that change. It's coming quicker than you expect. Quicker than you expect. And child is coming in here, and then unexpected income. Unexpected income. And so there's definitely something coming to an end. for many of you. This number 9 means that there's something wrapping up very shortly here. This could be a literal change in life, or this could be how you're looking. This could be your outlook, your perspective on life that's about to change. That's about to do a huge shift. And if it is a physical change, you could be moving to a different location. You could be changing your social group. You could be making a career move shortly here, right? And so this could be in any fashion, shape, or form. This change is coming. So get ready for it. Again, toil and labor is all about having to really work very hard right now. And that may be part of the change that's coming in because there's a message about this change. And I feel like it does have to do with what you do, your job, the fact that you work really hard right now. And this message may in fact be heaven sent. It's the number 7. I tend to think 7s are very spiritual. And so this message, I feel like it's going to bring in good news. And it's going to be, it may be like within the next 7 days or a week or so from now that you'll receive this good news. It could come from an actual physical letter. It could be a text. It could be an email. It could be a phone call. There's some message that's coming through about a change. And I feel like it has something to do with work because it's right next to toil and labor. And it could have something to do with where you're headed or something else that you're working on. Whatever you're working on, this is something that you have just started, right? It could be with child here. It almost feels like it's in its early stages, like you've just started pouring into this or cultivating your future here. But it's very young, but it has the potential for growth, right? It will definitely grow if you continue to pour into it and invest into it. For some of you, this could be some business venture that you're about to head into. You're going to have the opportunity to do. And unexpected income comes in. And that's really self-explanatory. Like the fact that you're headed into this very lucky energy. Jupiter came out. And so for some of you, you're about to receive some type of financial increase. It could come through as a raise. Some form of unexpected money is about to be added for you. Okay, however that comes through. It could be through investments. It could be through inheritance, right? It could be through raises. Some type of, for some of you, it could be like sudden wealth that unexpectedly comes in for you. But there's some increase that you're about to receive. You don't see this coming. And I do feel like it may have something to do with work. This may have been a long time coming. Yeah. You're in this very lucky energy right now. And so you're definitely about to receive an increase. For some of you, this is a promotion that's going to lift up the amount of money that you make. Some type of unexpected recognition. For some of you, this is just an improvement in your money matters overall. Maybe you've been working on your finances and there's some level of gratification or reward that you're about to experience because of the commitment towards your finances. But there's something good, there's some increase that you're about to be aware of and you're about to experience, okay? What else does my earth signs need to know? What else can they expect here as we move forward in the future? We have the 9 of Wands coming out. For some of you, we have the King of Swords coming out. For some of you, you will be, I don't know if you've been waiting for an apology, waiting for someone to come back and make something right. I feel like you are going to just pick up what you have left and move on. There's some resolve that I feel is coming, and it's not going to be dependent upon someone else's apology or what someone else does or doesn't do. It's almost like a bit of self-empowerment you're about to step into. You're no longer going to be waiting on the acceptance or on someone else to act a certain way. This resolve, I feel like, is coming straight from you. Yep. You're putting your big girl panties on, you're putting your big boy drawers on, and you are about to step into your power. And because of that, I feel like it's going to cause a lot of the issues to resolve, whether that's you just taking responsibility for yourself and moving forward, or whether that's you stepping in your power and demanding what it is that you deserve. Yeah, I do feel like there has been a bit of a challenge that you've just come through. And there's definitely lessons that you've learned through this. And because of that, there's a lot of stability that you're about to experience. There's a lot of things that you've been waiting to experience. The opportunity is about to open up for you. Interestingly enough, what I have is the Nine of Wands, the King of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. We have a pair. So this is about relationship. I do feel like for someone, there's a connection here at hand that's playing out in this reading. One that's under a lot of duress. We have two nines here. Now, nines usually talk about an ending coming. It's wrapping up something, either an old way of existing or wrapping something up and moving towards something altogether. I do feel like there's a lot of self-healing that's happening. There's also a lot of stress that's happening here too, or that has happened with the Nine of Swords. This is really feeling rejected, maybe even feeling a little bit despondent, maybe lonely, or not valued in the way that you should be, or that you feel like you are worth being valued. There may be a lot of stress, sleepless nights, like it's taking a toll on your health physically, on your mental health. It may even be taking a toll on your money, or has in the past. It may have affected your money as well. There may be things about this connection that may have maybe even drained you mentally, physically, financially. The Nine of Swords is not a good energy to be in when it comes to connections and love, right? And so I do feel like there are, whether you're the King of Swords or the Queen of Swords, there's the energy of stepping into your power and really doing what feels logical. This is logical energy. The King and the Queen of Swords is mentally apt, right? And so for the King, this is really being intellectual when it comes to love, not being led emotionally. It's not really delving into that gushy romantic energy. It's having your head on straight. I feel like this is what you're walking into as you move forward. You may find that it's more beneficial for you to turn the emotions off and walk straight, right? For the Queen of Swords, it's kind of like the same energy. It's really being attuned, very intuitive, even relying more on your independence as a woman, right? It's really taking up your own cause and not being dependent on someone, but really depending on yourself. It's really take charge energy, right? And doing what needs to be done, not hitting around the bush, but being really direct, using what you have to move forward and to get where you need to go and to get what you want, right? And so this is really almost like a wake up call. I feel like for whoever this is, it's almost like for whoever you are, enough is enough. And if you are a couple, maybe you both have come to the understanding like, hey, we need to get it together. Or maybe one has come to that understanding and is going to actually say, you know what, enough is enough. Yeah. And so, I mean, do what you need to do. Both of these are very powerful energies, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Sometimes you realize it's better to be apart, you know, and you accept that and you go your own way. Sometimes it's for a season, so you can grow more and so you can heal. Sometimes it is, you know, the fact that, yeah, maybe this is not aligned. Maybe there's someone that's better fit for us, you know. So whatever it is for you, I do feel like there's a couple here that's going through some things. And I get the sense like that it has run its course. And either something's going to change or it's going to end, okay? Let's take a look. How will my earth signs know if this is for them? How will my earth signs know if this is for them? That's too many. How will my earth signs know if this is for them? And then we will end it here. And so we have the butterfly maiden, a beautiful change, right? Someone is coming into their prime, into one of the biggest, if not the biggest, transformation of their life. And Nana, believe in yourself, right? And then Asclepios, which is talking about sacred medicine. So first of all, you could be someone who practices different healing modalities. You may practice, Western healing. You may practice Eastern healing. You may practice all different, types of healing. You may have some type of way where you're able to dibble and dabble in different healing modalities. Sacred medicine. You could be someone who likes snakes, someone who's very connected to nature. Yeah, there's something about medicine here, about being possibly some type of healer. There could be something very healing about your energy. That could be part of, your purpose, your calling is to lend your mind, your talents, your gifts towards healing. There's something about being an innovative healer. It's not just the normal healing. There's something very creative with how you offer healing or how you practice it. You could be someone from Romania or over in that area. But I do feel like your purpose is rooted in medicine for whoever you are. And if not yet, maybe you are being called to head that way. You could be someone who has been sick and has tapped into their purpose through healing yourself, or this has been the tool that has led you to your purpose. Illness has been that mobile tool that has brought you to rerouting your life and really coming to grips with where you are. For some of you, you could be going through that right now. You're being rerouted to your actual purpose, and it is healing. And so there's definitely a new era that we're in right now, where a lot of things is changing, and healing is one of them. And so along with that change is the rise of people that are being awakened into their purpose to fill positions that are needed to really bring this change online. When we look at Inanna, we're talking about the energy of believing in self. You could be someone who is all about self-empowerment. It could be all about trusting in our own abilities and our dreams. You could be someone who highly favors being self-empowered. You could also be someone, again, this is bringing out heavy healing energy. But this type of energy is healing, not necessarily just the body. Like you could also be tapped into, for some of you, it could be those that heal the body, or it could be that you're tapped into a different type of healing, the healing of the mind, the healing of thoughts, thinking, energy, right? Self-empowerment, healing ourselves, right? And so you could be someone who is committed to being intentional daily to take some type of direct action to tap you into healing or tap you into your dreams and your visions. I get a very strong shamanic energy. Some of you may have practices that you are committed to that's very shamanic and that's very beneficial, not only for you, but for those that you come into contact with. You could be someone who is very committed to grounding techniques and breathing techniques, and you could be someone who practices the root chakra, right? There's something about the root chakra coming out here, but you could be someone who is into aligning the chakra system, right? Very self-empowering energy. You're someone who deeply believes in the power of self. And who believes in pouring into your own dreams and to yourself very heavily. And so when we look at Butterfly Maiden, this is all about this change that's taking place. I feel like this is a major pivot that someone is going through right now. And this could be all about this coming back into self and redirecting negativity back into positivity. Maybe for the first time, you're understanding the power of thinking, the power of thoughts, the power of words, the power of intention and action. There's something about pouring back into yourself, bringing yourself back online with health, like rejuvenating self, right? With the Butterfly Maiden. Definitely about change. The butterfly is all about the after effect of change. Sometimes a very powerful, painful change, right? We have the caterpillar that has to be broken down into pure liquid and then re-sculpted into the butterfly. How painful is that? We don't get to see it because we're looking at it from a whole different macrocosm, microcosm, whichever one it is, but I can't imagine how painful that is. However, you end up on the other side with this very beautiful transformation of the butterfly after all of that, right? And so there's something about understanding or standing on the fact that there is something to be gained after all of the hard work that's being put in. You may be someone who is definitely for the transformation. That may be something that you believe in. It's hardcore transformation. You may be someone that believes in taking every opportunity to say yes to invitations and opportunities, just not knowing like where they could lead. There is a bit of discernment, like I was saying, to be used there. But you believe in that. You may be someone who is very much drawn to aesthetics, beauty, and you may look for that on a daily basis. Like you're someone who believes in change and you expect good to come out of things, right? I feel like you could be someone very cultural. You could have long, curly or wavy hair. You could be someone that's cultural, like you take time to do different kinds of styles with your hair. You might be someone who does like, I don't know, you know how the cheetah girl has the little puff balls, kind of like this. You could be Dutch. You could be Native Indian. You could be from, Alaska, right? You could be someone who is in more warmer climates where you don't have to wear a lot of clothes. There's just a vast, diverse cultural field here. And so, yeah, that's what I'm getting. That is what I'm getting. Very beautiful, beautiful energy. And so if any of this resonated, this could definitely be your message as the earth sign. Things are absolutely changing for you for the better. It's going from possibly the absolute worst that could happen to the absolute best that could happen. Everything that you've gone through has been purposeful. None of it is for nothing. Everything has a purpose, right? And so be encouraged, my earth signs, and be careful. Trust yourself. Choose yourself, okay? This is your season, your time. And so that is my message for today. Thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. Blood Moon Oracle here with a predictive energy coming out towards us here in the near future. All right. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel led to do so. Let me know how it resonates. And if you have questions, by all means, ask away. You can email me. You can just ask right there in the comments. I'm here to answer. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm sending good energy out to you. I'm sending the energy of protection out to you all. Okay. I love you. If nobody's told you today, know that I do. Okay. Until next time, take care of yourselves, my earth signs. Letty is my name, short for Leticia, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.